radio test, just check. Radio test. Radio check. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Right. We are here in Jezza preseason. For the Grand Prix, which I'm yet to find out. Sorry, guys. And we are looking forward to this. God. California. My audio turned off. Sorry, guys. I can. Right, I am ready to rumble. Right, here we go. we have the Aston Martin, a McLaren, another McLaren, a Haas, and an Alpine. Right, here we are in qualifying for Jeddah. Well, I'm just going to call it Jeddah pre-season. And we already are for quick qualifying. Unfortunately, we don't have any good racing. It seems that G is currently leading the way. Jeddah down in the back. League owner doesn't seem to have that much pace. As we're heading through Eau Rouge now, I just hate the change in quick quality. We're just going to go with the leader as Jeddah coming through up the Camel Straight now. As we follow on into the next corner, bit of a late braking there. As we enter as he dips the tyre into the gravel. As G has retired from the session. Trouble now leads the way in this quick qualifying session. As he's dipped the tyre in the gravel. He has lost it going through the curve there. As we head. Sorry guys, I'm gonna need to get some corner names. I suck at this track. Give me a second. Right, I know this one. As we head up into Puom, as we head into the bus stop chicane, it is gonna be really tight coming through here. Bit of a slide through the rear end, snap to the line. AMS takes the top. Jeddah takes second. Trouble P3, and Key P Melon is disqualified. And unfortunately, we only have 3 finishers from that, but now we'll actually have something worth watching. Sorry, Jeddah, it's true. What? So, Iris, sorry, I've called him AMS. Iris takes the pole position with a 1:43.7, and the gap, a massive gap, 2.4 seconds, all the way down to Jeddah in the Aston Martin with a 1:46.1. Trouble down in third with a 1:59.1 after that unlucky spin coming through the corner there, and G and Keepy Melon rounds off the rest of the grid. So, we are coming into the Grand Prix, as unfortunately, we might have a risk of someone crashing because they're having a tantrum because they don't like the track. So, we'll just have to accept some innovations. But we surely will get some action. Five red lights for the Belgium Grand Prix, and it's lights out and away we go. Right, Aris gets a good start. Jezza is already coming around the outside. He sticks in trouble, sticks his foot in. Oh, there's a bit of a collision there with the two McLarens. The Haas of KP Mellon makes his way through. He is now in a McLaren sandwich as we head up Eau Rouge, coming into the Radeon. Up the Camel Straight now, Jezza, who had a great run into turn one, now is a sitting duck as we head into the next corner as Trouble takes the lead of the Belgian Grand Prix. This is incredible. As now we're having a two wide moment as Jezza drops down to last. This is absolutely uncalled for as we head into turn 17 and 18, and there's a massive crash as KP Mellon has a 10-second time penalty. Aris, unfortunately, on the back end of that. Those two coming together. Oh, as KP Mellon looked like he tried to take him out there for a second. VSC is deployed, and Trouble and G seem to have got off quite well as we come through turn 16. As we come through into turn 18, down into Pouon. Oh, as it seems we saw a bit of a slight moment there as we come through the bus stop chicane. The VSC should be ending very soon. As we are still under the impression of a VSC. Great start for Trouble. You know, he's up into lead after that dip in the tyre in qualifying. KP Mellon has a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings, and no surprise that Aris and the Haas of KP Mellon are into the box. I think KP also, no, he's retired, so he's given up. Aris, though, he still thinks it's possible to recover as we're coming back under racing speed soon. Lap 2 of 15, and we are officially going again. Oh, as a bit of a lag moment there as we head through into turn 11 now. The McLaren of G, he said he wanted to take some people out. He couldn't as we coming through up now into turn 12 into Pouon. This is a bit of a moment there. Flat though round as G follows him through. The gap 9/10 of a second. It seems that the Alpine a bit of under pressure now as we head into the twisty turns of 13, 14 and 15. Into Stavelot we go. Coming through into 16 now. The Alpine dips a tyre into the gravel there. This is close racing, close battling for the two race contenders. As now is flat into Blanchimont, and it is closer than ever. Can G get into the DRS? No, he's just gone out. As we head into the bus stop chicane we go to round off lap 2 of 15. A bit of a moment there. Once again we're having a bit of lag from Trouble, but he seems to be slowly running away as he sets the fastest lap. But G with a 1:49.2 just steals that all. As did he collide with the wall there? I think he did. He seemed to have hit it. Going through into the as now we head up into Eau Rouge and Radeon. Trouble with a 3 second. That could come crucial now, but Trouble seems to have a fast moving McLaren on his bum as we come down the Camel Straight now into the chicane of 7, 8 and 9. 5/10 of a second now, closer than last time as we're coming through into turn 11. They are closer as the soft compound tyres, I think, Yet the soft compound tire is starting to wear off as he is pushing Trouble. He's pushing himself to try and stretch away as we dive into Puon for the third time in this race, and they are flying. It seems that G is closer than he was last time around, as now we're coming into 14 and 15. Down into Stavelot we go, and is closer. 2 tenths of a second, 3 tenths, 4 tenths. It's slowly getting longer there. 6 tenths of a second now as we head through into the start of turn 17 of Blanchimont, as we are on board with Trouble. Now we're on board with the McLaren of G. He is closer this time around. A bit of a wobble now into the bus stop chicane we go. Braking. Oh, there's a bit of a corner. He is sliding. The McLaren is all over the back of him, as now this is close racing as he moves off to the side a bit there. He's trying to, dodge any sort of attack coming from the McLaren. Trouble. He is coming through. He started this race from P3 and he seems to have the upper hand, as now coming onto the Kemmel Straight, what was once led from lap 1 all the way down to lap 3. On lap 4, the McLaren of G takes the lead, and those medium tyres seem to have that advantage. This is really close racing as Trouble starting to lose, with that 3 second, and also with that pace drop as we come through now into Puon. Dive into Puon for the 4th time, and it seems G has that upper hand, as now what was really close for 3 laps has now slowly dying away, as now it's Trouble's time to put some pressure on the McLaren of G, as tyres being dipped in the gravel all so much. Even though he got ahead here, G, he's not really pulling that gap that we thought he would. 5 tenths of a second now as we come through Blanchimont into the bus stop chicane. As he's getting closer enough, we could see a dive from the Alpine here. No, into bus stop. Braking. Oh, there's a bit of a moment there as Iris, as Imv gets a 3 second time penalty. Jesus, the fastest lap of the race. But that's not made the difference. Oh, as we thought we saw a dive there, we did see a dive. As they go wheel to wheel through turn 1 and 2 now. Out of the source, coming up into Eau Rouge and Rayon, as G still keeps the lead. Smart through from Trouble, coming through Rayon. Now down the Kemmel Straight, DRS wide open. G has no upper hand this time round, and Trouble takes the lead of the Belgium Grand Prix. This is close racing. Incredible stuff from the Alpine and the McLaren, as through into turn 11, through now diving close, very close into Puon we go, as they are so close. 4 tenths of a second is all that separates them. Into Puon we go for the 5th time now, as they dive through left, right. The Dirty S seems to be paying the trouble. That's the bad thing about here. If you're in the lead, because there's not really many straights. You can't really defend. And if you have that straight line speed and that, that toe from the driver in front, there's nothing really you can do. Oh, there's a bit of a wobble there for the Alpine. Trouble really, having to try and defend, especially with those slightly becoming worn tyres, as he takes a different line, hoping for an inside approach going into the final corner. No, but as we dive into La Source for the 6th time in this race, the McLaren and the Alpine are yet to be separated. Pit stops yet to become as well. The medium tyres, we're not seeing much advantage from the mediums yet. Of course, Jezza on the softs, he's really losing time. But onto the Kemmel Straight we go. He dives to the inside line. before we get to the end of the Camel Straight, he takes the lead. G leads the Belgian Grand Prix once again, and now it's back as it was 2 laps ago as we come through into turn 10, diving into Bruxelles and through into turn 11, flat through here. Now it's a straight as G gets a 3 seconds, so there's nothing separating them now. As into Pouon we go, the McLaren leads to trouble. Jezza 15 seconds behind with Iris 27 seconds. That's his basically his race over, as it's just purely these two. 5 tenths separating them, 4 tenths now. As we come through Stavelot into turn 16, flat through here. There's a corner name, but I can't be asked to say it. Now it is a straight battle through Blanchimont we go. The toe, the slipstream from trouble. Are we gonna see a dive from the Alpine here? No, we're not. So he sticks back now, hoping for maybe a dive around the inside. No, we're gonna have to wait through to La Source once again. Lap 7 out of 15, about to hit halfway into this race. Oh, there seems to have a little bit of a moment there. That could have lost him a lot of time. Now, we're coming through into Eau Rouge and Radion we go. Through up to the Camel Straight now. No matter how far back you are, you're always going to have a shot at DRS. No ERS. Pure slipstream as we go into the chicane. There's 4 wheels in the front of that McLaren, no separating them, no matter how far you are. As now we dive through into turn 10. Oh, there's a little bit of a moment there as trouble gets out of shape, going through as they hit each other. God, they are absolutely giving it everything. Now we're diving through into Pouon once again. Jezza with a 3 second. He's abusing track limits a bit. Through Pouon, the trouble now, of course, in the lead. G, 5 tenths back, but everybody has penalties galore, as the fastest, as the gap to leader being 42 seconds to Iris. That's not really what you want to see. Of course, equal on penalties through and throughout. Now we head into Blanchimont. 2 are absolutely undeniably giving it their all. As when are we going to start seeing some pit stops? We don't know, but obviously we're probably going to see as the McLaren stays out. But we see trouble dive into the pits as now G is starting to put his foot to the floor. Now he has no car in front of him, no stopping him now, as trouble probably onto the medium tyres. Yes, indeed. So trouble onto the mediums he goes. Onto the medium for trouble. How far does he come out behind? 17.5 seconds. As we come through now, we're following him all the way. How far is Jezza back? Jezza, so he dived into the pits, in that moment. So G leads the Grand Prix, but how much longer will he box this lap to cover off the fast moving Alpine, as trouble gets a 3 second time penalty? So now it's back to what it was. Now G has that 3 second advantage over him, so all he needs to do is stay within 3 seconds and he has cooked him by a mile. As it could all swap around though, as we watch, as we are seeing some majorly changes through the as we head into Blanchimont. Sorry guys, I have a bit of a cold, so if I'm not as high pitched as I usually would be, I'm very sorry, especially to the people listening into comms. But we head into bus stop chicane we go. Are we going to see a pit stop? Yes, we are. No surprise there. Trouble though, he is coming through Blanchimont in sector 3. Could this be the remarks of who will lead and who will not? G is coming into his pit box now, onto a set of soft compound tyres. Trouble is coming at the exit of the bus stop chicane. It is going to be a race through to La Source. Trouble, who sets the fastest final sector. He dives into the corner. Out goes G. They emerge wheel to wheel, but Trouble, he leads as he comes out of the pits. The strategy masterclass. He came into the pits in first and he comes out in first, but now he's on softs. Now he's got the pace advantage. Can G make a difference? DRS wide open. There seems to be no overtaking here. So on lap 9 out of 15, we come ever so closer to the end of this race, and we are seeing some major battles going on. As also another thing to think about is that Aris is so close to Jezza, so we're going to have another battle forming, but the main battle is the battle for the win. Soft compound tyres compared to mediums. The Alpine, he is slowly trying to warm up these tyres enough to make sure that he can wear out the G's tyres. The Papaya car is looking to set his feet to show what he is made of, to show that he is worthy of fighting for a championship. Of course, this is pre-season, so this means nothing, but that's not mean we're going to finish off this race with a bang. Trouble is leading the way. 6 seconds of penalties, 3 seconds for G, Jezza with 3 of course, and Avis with 12. Now G comes up close to the back. He's making some routes as Trouble probably gets the better cornering there, but the DRS makes any advantage that Trouble had going through the bus stop absolutely disappear. As now once again on lap 10 of 15, we're going to see a run down Eau Rouge, up through the Camel Straight. We go up Radion into the Camel Straight now. DRS wide open for the McLaren. He's going to pull alongside him. He's going to pull through. ERS draining. And he flies past the Alpine. Trouble has to move out of the way instead of causing an accident, because that's how fast that McLaren was going. But it's not for long. Purple sector's being set by G. Trouble just trying to hang along. Stick with him. He knows by the end of the race his tyres are going to start to depart. As now Aris is also going to see a McLaren making a move down the Camel Straight. Aris takes P3, takes that podium spot off of Jezza, and now he just has to pull a 9-second gap. But I doubt we're going to see Jezza let that go. He knows he just has to stay with the Papaya car. Oh, as he goes wide, as Jezza just... As G, 3 seconds for G, so now it is become back even once again on lap 10. As we're looking at ERS, pretty much even, but no matter what happens, there's always going to be that advantage for the Alpine driver. As now, 1/10 of a second into bus stop we go. There is no moves being made here. Now through to the main straight. They are so close, 4/10 of a second. And it's all going to matter as G sets the fastest lap of the race, but that means absolutely nothing because that won't matter. As now, Trouble's all over the back. We saw 2 McLarens make a move last lap. Now we're going to see an Alpine take that move. Now up Eau Rouge into Radion. Up the Camel Straight we go. DRS wide open. The McLaren has to say goodbye because Trouble takes the lead of the Belgium Grand Prix. He is back through as now it's his chance to see what he can do. The McLaren behind of G. He's going to have to settle in behind for another lap. As Jezza, 1.4 seconds. He's pretty far behind as Jezza gets a 3 seconds, so that's not really helping his chance of getting a podium position. But Trouble, 5/10 of a second now ahead of G. G is staying with him. ERS becoming a factor here as we have at least 73 for G. and it's 78, I think, for Trouble. So pretty even between them two. Now, flat 8th gear through Blanchimon. Trouble is going to have an opportunity here to try and make a defence move. He knows where and how his racing lines can be placed to make sure that McLaren can't get past. Trouble, though, there seems to be a pretty even entrance and exit through the bus stop chicane, but into La Source we go. For the 12th time in this race, the Alpine driver of Trouble has no defence here. No matter, the ERS is not going to help him. No possible way of defending, because G is going to have an opportunity here. DRS, ERS, flat through here. As he's not using any ERS. Is Trouble going to stay in the lead here? Trouble, for the first time, we go down the Camel Straight, and there is actually no move made. So once again, we're going to have to wait till lap 13 to see a move. This is where I think G is going to start to stick in, stay with Trouble, and then use him to get to the final lap and fly past. No damage, of course, no nothing. It is just down to pure pace. So, Trouble, currently in the lead. He's on the medium tyres. He has the upper hand here. He has no penalties advantage for anyone. The tyre advantage is at the Alpine's favour. And ERS, though, looking like it's pretty even. So, all G has to do here is just, charge the battery, stay with him, stay with his DRS, and just wait till that last moment to pass. Now, into Blanchimont, through into the bus stop chicane we go, breaking out 6 tenths. This is probably the largest the gap has been all today, but that DRS just brings him right back into it as they head into La Source. 50 metre braking zone, staying within the wall. Absolutely nothing separates them now. 5 tenths of a second, 4 tenths, 3 tenths as we head with Trouble into Eau Rouge and Radion, as we see a bit of a slide there for the McLaren OG. But as we head down the Camel Straight, nothing can do. He can't do anything as G has to stick back for now. As further back we have Jezza, who's about to reach 4 seconds behind Aris. No shocker there though, to be fair, as he only needs to stay within 6 seconds. So we're probably going to see some pushing from Aris in the next couple of laps. Why the hell is he on hard? I don't even know. As now Trouble, 2 tenths of a second separates them as they dive into Pouon. You could see the McLaren sniffing, it's hungry as we dive through the next couple of corners. Into Stavelot we go. It is flat and we brake going through here, as now we come very, very much closer as we dive into turn 17 through 18 up to Blanchimont, as it is just a straight flat run once again. ONFC's joined. He's probably going to see him next race. But as we dive into the braking zone we go. Flat. Now out of bus stop we come. And it is DRS once again for G. The penultimate lap of this race. Anything is possible. 15 seconds now for Aris. Now all he needs to do is stay within 9 seconds Jezza, and he will have the podium to himself. Trouble though. We might see an overtake going into Eau Rouge. No, G sticks back. And as we come through Radion, now we start onto the Camel Straight. For the 14th time in this race, we're probably going to see an overtake opportunity here. DRS, ERS, he sticks back. Is he going to make a move? No, he doesn't. He slows down to make sure he has that, still has that upper hand coming through onto the final lap of this race. These two are brilliant, as there's no separating them at all. I've said that so many times today, but it's true. You cannot bring these guys apart. as now Trouble is on the run. He knows that he needs to get a move on, otherwise G is probably going to have that lead coming out of the Kemmel Straight. So now into the next few corners, into turn 15, 16, now into Stavelot, coming into the final sector, 9/10 of a second. If he can bring that to 1 second gap, then that would be amazing. G is still sticking on though, DRS and ERS holding him on, as now we're coming into turn 18, and now Blanchimon, as it is flat, you can barely see Trouble. He is slowly running away, as into the bus stop chicane we go. He can't shake him off. As we dive into the penultimate corner, you can see Trouble pushing like crazy. 1 second gap, but the DRS brings it back in 6/10 of a second now. Purple sector, 4G, Trouble, he is barely hanging on. He had the advantage a couple of laps ago with a big slide there, as now for the final time in this race, we come up through Eau Rouge, into Radion, down into the Kemmel Straight now. G, closer than ever, he knows he can pounce. Trouble will be draining, and he barely has any more ERS, but that latter stages of ERS has lost him that chance to go through out of the Kemmel Straight, so now he just has to hope for a mistake from Trouble. Trouble just needs to keep it calm and collective. As now we come through into turn 11, they're diving now, starting into sector 2. This is brilliant stuff, as now for the final time in this race we come into Pouon, as they are so close. 3/10 of a second separates them. Further back, Jezza, he's still in that hunt to get that podium, but now it is all down to Trouble. Can Trouble keep it facing the right way, as now we head into Stavelot. G is 3/10. We're probably going to see a move into bus stop here. 4/10 of a second now, 4.3, 0.434. And now he doesn't have to have DRS, but Trouble, he started this race from P3, his wheel disconnected, dipped the tyre in the gravel and spun it round. But since then, Jezza took the lead, he took the lead from him, and he's defended from G like a lion. Trouble, the Alpine will come home to win the Belgium Grand Prix. G sticks it in second, and Aris, he is, after that unfortunate crash with KP Mellon, he's tried his best to run away. But Jezza Racing, it's going to be close because it's 6 seconds, the gap. He's broke it. Aris, he has done well to recover here at Spa. Into the bus stop chicane we go now, as after that unfortunate penalty from Jezza, he loses out on a podium. It's a double McLaren podium. The celebrations are coming through as Jezza rounds off the final spot of the grid. As we watch them come through on the podium. A lot of penalties given out there. As there we go, there is pre-season done. There we go, that is league ended. Hope you enjoyed this very interesting race. There we go. Thank you all for watching. What is it called? Jezza, whatever. Jezza Racing League. Pre-season at Spa. I really hope, you enjoyed watching it. I will start making some highlights soon if you want to watch that. that will be posted on the YouTube channel, I think, for Jezza. But there you go. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys later for Sea of Thieves content. Any of you who watch my